Welcome to Hot Women Wanted.
We're three childhood best friends who have been through it all and talk about it all.
Everything from hot flashes to hot takes to hot topics. So come join us. Hi, honeys. Welcome to Hot Women Wanted, episode 22.
Woo!
Hi, gals. Hi, honeys.
We are like cooking with gas. Hi, hotties.
I missed my hotties when I was
Welcome
away.
back, Cola.
Welcome back, Cola, our social media manager. Thank God your feet are on American soil.
Thank God. I was counting the days.
I swear to God, me too. I feel like Katy Perry. I'm going to get down and like kiss the ground that you're actually walking on here in New York City.
I kept on refreshing my TikTok. I'm like, no post today.
Couldn't figure that one out.
Yeah. Couldn't figure that one out. We were like,
We were talking last week, like, should we record? We're like, absolutely not. We're not.
It was like a 5-second decision. I'm like, so should we record another one without Julie? Like, she's still away. It was such a nightmare the first time. I was like, I think we could skip it. It's more of the same. Everything's a reunion.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think so. See you later. Bye. Have a great trip to Denver.
Exactly. Oh, wait.
Well, I love the episode. I love listening to the episode. I really did. I got a real chuckle on it. So temperature check. How we all feeling?
Good.
Girls, I was feeling very hot at the beginning of my trip. Let me tell you what happened.
Tell us.
Oh, yeah. So I was going to Stephen. We're at the airport. And for some reason, I have on my passport is my maiden name. And then on my license is my married name. So on my license, I have TSA, but on my passport, I don't. So Stephen ditched me when we got to the airport and like went into like TSA. So I'm waiting on like the line by myself, with my carry-on. And it gets to be my turn and I give the guy my thing and he says, Julie Cola, you have a secret. And I said, I do. And he says like, yeah, what's your secret? And I have no idea what he's talking about. So I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. And he's just like, well, you do. You have a secret. I'm like, he's like, what's your secret? I'm like, I don't know. What's my secret? He's just like, well, I pegged you for 35. He's just like, but that's not what your passport says. So I texted Stephen. I'm like, I'm not going to the Delta Lounge. I'll be in hula hands with Lionel from TSA.
I love him.
I was strutting through the airport like a hot shot. And then it went all downhill from that moment on. But for 3 seconds, I felt like 35.
That's amazing.
That was my start. I was like glowing.
First of all, he would have freaked me out if I was on the TSA line and he was like, you have a secret. I would have been like, I don't have a gun. And
that's what I was saying. You should see my face. I was like, Stephen?
It's like, I don't have you arrested here. I'm not smuggling a child.
I was thinking, like, is it my shampoo? Because I think I got the larger bottles that were TSA approved that the guy told me was okay.
Freaked out.
I was feeling quite cocky going through TSA. Then the trip took a turn, but that was the beginning of the trip.
Well, that's awesome. That's really nice.
And then,
Strauss, you have no sound.
Oh no, Strauss, your sound is gone.
Is it on now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
That reminds me of when we were coming back from Puerto Rico. I think it was like our very first girls trip, Mary, and you were obviously on a different flight because you were going back to Texas. And the TSA guy was looking at my passport and he's like, better without the glasses. I'm like, okay.
Then he goes, you're a lot cuter without those glasses on.
I'm like, and also legally blind. But thanks.
It is true that every time you're going somewhere fancy, Cola says to you, are you wearing your glasses?
No,
Only for the picture.
Julie
Only
Cola
for the
has
picture.
taken over the role of my mother. She's like, take your glasses off. I'm like, I'm always with my glasses. Why would I take my glasses off? It doesn't even feel like me. You know what I mean?
Or as your aunt would say, you don't look like you.
As Aunt Marcia, as Mary's Aunt Marcia.
Not in a good way.
Not in a good way. What did you do to yourself? I'm like, thanks, Aunt Marcia. Anyway, I have a million of those stories. Never fun.
Well, not to keep going, but hot flashback. I have one, ladies.
You did?
Ooh, go.
A
Sorry.
hot flashback. I'm flashing it back to senior year in high school
Yeah.
when we were all planning to go to the Limelight, but our parents did not want us to go to the Limelight. So the way we were getting out of it, we were sleeping at Strauss's. Your parents were not home. And we had a
Thank God.
curfew. And the curfew was, I think, 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. I can't remember.
Why would it even matter if my parents weren't home?
Because we were only allowed to go to the Limelight if we called when we got home.
Okay.
Yes. And then, so what happened was we went past our curfew, and it was my idea, because we were past the curfew, not to call, because I thought we'd get into trouble. And we were sleeping at Strauss's, and Julie was like, no, you should call. You should call.
Wait, who were we calling? Your parents?
Our parents, everybody had to check in with their parents at 2:00 to say, we were home.
This is a flimsy plan, but let's remember, guys, you had to really call. There was no cell phones.
No
Listen,
cell phones.
okay, guess who didn't have to call?
You.
They were
I
like,
did.
listen, she's doing great. Whatever she's doing great. So you guys had to call.
So I didn't call.
Well, it's my house. I don't think I did.
Call.
You didn't have to call. Maybe it was like Cindy and Michelle. Like, it was like a couple of other girls with us, and nobody called. We all got into massive trouble. And it was 100% my idea.
That sounds about right, Jules.
And my mom's like, why would you make that decision not to call?
And
I'm
let
like,
me probably add another factor to that, where I was probably driving you two momos around. We'll save that flashback for another time. But let's just say,
right. We definitely
of
drove into the city.
of the three of us, I'm the oldest, as we were just discussing. I'm like, I think about 4 months older. So I got my license first. Let's just say nobody else got their license for a while. So I was like driving Miss Daisy with you two. So I'm sure I had to drive too into the city.
Oh, yeah.
There was no like Uber.
My license. I picked up the slack a little bit.
You did.
Yeah, but hold on, save that story for another time when about our driver's
Oh,
test.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a great flashback. That's a great flashback, listeners. So funny.
Barry, you're going to do that one.
It has lived on forever.
You coined that phrase.
So good. And then we have to add the tagline.
Yes, there is a tagline to that.
It's a tagline that has someday that tagline has to find its way into a movie, because it's just that good. It's a John Hughes line, if I've ever heard one.
I hate to say it, but it was Yom Kippur.
Was it?
Yes, it was my birthday, and I walked over because I couldn't drive. It was Yom Kippur. I don't remember, but it was Yom Kippur, and I was like, I'm being punished by God.
Oh my God, hilarious. Such a good one. All right, are we moving on to beauty product?
Hot beauty products.
It's a beauty product.
I honestly think I'm gonna have to rename this segment. It's like, welcome to Julie's Beauty Corner. Welcome to Julie's Cosmetics Closet. Anyway, I'm gonna talk about an oldie, such a goodie, but new products from this oldie for me. So I don't know about anybody else out there, but I am a huge Mario Badescu fan. Like forever and ever and ever. I've used their products. I use their soap. I think everybody on the planet uses the pink pimple cream. My kids do. I love everything. I get regular facials there. Shout out to Luba, who's definitely not listening, but I love Luba. I've been seeing Luba for years and years. Anyway, the last time I went, which was about a month or so ago, she told me about two new products. I was talking to her, Mary, about moisture and just feeling very dry and the change of the seasons, and I can't seem to get my cocktail right, and and the second I get out of the shower, it's and I was just in Colorado. I mean, my God, Colorado is I know, no offense, but I do know why the people there really do look older. It is you cannot, humidity is a great thing. But anyway, and so she gave me two new moisture products that I want to talk about and that I'm really loving. Okay, the first is this little tiny bottle. It's called Herbal Hydrating Serum. And I'm gonna see if I can squeeze some out, because it's this very strange consistency. It's not like a lotion. It's almost like a gel in a way. It almost looks a little bit like a
Wait,
I like a gel. I happen to love a gel.
Mm-hmm.
And it literally goes on so clean and smooth. You can wear it under makeup. You can wear it alone. It's just fantastic.
Not for nighttime, just for daytime?
You can use it nighttime or daytime, and you can also, if you have a moisturizer that you love, so what she told me about, it's totally non-comedogenic, it's for all skin types, but what she told me is, if you have a moisturizer that you like or a favorite, add a couple drops of this into the moisturizer and keep using what you normally use, your new product, Mary, that you love. Add this if you need a little bit more moisture. So that's product number one. And then they also created this new mask. But it's not a mask that dries. It's called Hydrating Overnight Mask with Peptides. You can see the label. It comes in a pot. It's not a mask that gets dry and crinkly that you then have to wash off. This is your last step. This is also, they've really done these really cool consistencies. Where the hell's the camera? So this is lavender color, and it's springy. I don't know if you could see that. It's not really.
Is that before bed, Jules?
Yes. And you can use this your last step. whatever you do, you just rub it in and go to bed. Sleep with it on 2 to 3 times a week.
How much?
2 to 3 times a week.
Do you rub it in?
I'm gonna
You
get both.
rub it in.
Okay.
Or you could put some in your palms, like when she did my facial for this, she actually had me go home with this on, and she put it in her palms, and then she pressed it on, like not so much a rub, pressed it in, and it's great. I've been using both of these things for a few weeks now since I got the facial, and I have to say, I definitely am not waking up feeling dry. I love this product, using this every day, and when I use this at night, I feel like I am waking up like a little bit more like plump, like a little bit less shrunken.
I'm getting them
So,
both.
like that. I like that.
Anyway, and Mario Badescu is very well priced. It really is.
It is. It
It
is.
really is. And this little thing, I know this looks so little, it's gonna last me forever because it's literally a drop.
I love that.
Anyway, that's my stuff for this week. Go get yourself moisturized, ladies of a certain age.
Hydrate.
Hydrate. No need to feel like a prune.
Exactly. Oh God. Well, we always have to mention this on every single podcast, but Cola still gets her period, so
I'm getting it. I'm like literally getting it.
Ah, God. Julie, honestly, we do this podcast weekly. I feel like every week, there's like another, you're like, oh, I'm getting it. I got it. I have it. I mean, this is like, wow. We are way in it.
You are oily.
Keep using that birth control, as Dr. Stacy Lindau tells us. That's all I care about. We don't need a bambino in the mix. All we need is to be doing Hot Women Wanted, and Julie's got a baby on her shoulder.
I'm like, don't mind me, I'm breastfeeding.
Now that's a visual for you.
Turning up, we can barely see.
I don't retain moisture from one room of my house to another. But it's like I've entered another ecosystem. I'm like, what? I was like so moist. No.
And I can't drink enough water.
I know. Very thirsty. Yeah.
All right, ladies, let's move on to hot off the press.
All right, so let's go on.
We got some stories.
We got a bunch of stuff. We'll just zip through these.
Yeah.
Of course, the first one, our Garcelle, who we know left Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, has unfollowed the entire cast, including Sutton. The only people she's still following are Kathy Hilton and Jennifer Tilly.
I mean, shame on Sutton. That's all I have to say.
I didn't watch that reunion, third part of the reunion until I don't know, on the plane yesterday or the other day. So I started very late, after it came out, because I thought I saw all the highlights on TikTok. But then watching that extended version on Peacock, shame on Sutton.
It's really awful. And also, like, your friend walks off. You stayed for the cast photo and the drink, and then you went looking for her, and you're shocked that she left.
The picture of her contemplating, do I stay or should I go?
First of all, I cannot believe if your friend walks off so upset that you wouldn't follow them immediately. I would run.
Yeah.
That's not
this is kind of like what we want to talk about with Beverly Hills. So yeah.
Right.
Definitely.
Okay. We'll hold off on it.
Terrible.
The second hot off the press, Dylan Efron gets hotter and hotter.
Your favorite faithful.
Apparently, he was in Florida and two women were drowning, and he saved them both.
Both.
One, and then he went back in for the
He
other.
went back in for the other. Saved them both. Like the Adonis that he is.
Move over, Zach.
Seriously.
As I said, I'm like, forget Zach. Like, honestly. Way into Dylan. Dylan is everybody's favorite faithful now. Forever.
That guy's going to pop up onto every reality show now.
Totally.
Fabulous.
Totally.
Fabulous. So hot.
Okay.
What's the other one we have? Justin Bieber. He's in trouble.
The coverage at Coachella seems worrying.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
It's off there.
Yeah.
Hope not. He's one of those, he tugs at my heartstrings.
I know, he pulls at my heartstrings too. I feel like he's had a really rough.
Exposed to a lot of these people that we've now heard subsequently
Yeah.
really bad things at a very young age. And
Yeah.
He makes me sad. I hope it works out.
I wish him well. He's so talented. I will never forget when I took my kids to see that documentary. I was so impressed with it. And he was such a young teen. I was like, this kid plays every instrument, writes every song. I'm one of Justin Bieber fans here. So
Yeah. Chloe's first concert, I took her to Justin Bieber, and she fell asleep before baby came up. I had to wake her up. She was so little.
I know. I love it.
Oh, so this one is interesting. Amy Lou Wood, who we loved on the White Lotus 3. I loved her. She has her teeth are larger, than the regular person, but it gives her character. It makes her look unusual. She's still beautiful. And SNL did like a skit, which they always do.
Right.
They did the White Lotus skit, and then they made her character, the teeth were extra large. But they do that for everybody. It's SNL. But apparently she got really upset about it. And then everybody apologized. But I thought that was really unusual step for
Well,
SNL.
her point was that the skit was about back to like the RFK thing about not putting fluoride in the water. And she was like, my teeth are fine. They're just extremely buck and I have a space. She's like, so like the joke didn't make sense. It felt like you guys were just taking like an easy jab at
Who
my
cares
teeth.
though? But it's SNL. It's like they take jobs at everybody.
She said they hurt her feelings and what's her name is devastated about it.
I think my personal opinion is get thicker skin. I mean, I love her as an actress, but I mean, it's SNL. You can't get offended like that. You have to have thicker skin. That's my opinion, but
Yeah.
you know,
Bad for her.
you did. I mean, they make fun of everybody though. It
I
should
felt bad. I felt bad actually because
Good
I did feel like it felt
And
like
by
there's jokes and then there's like you're gonna talk about somebody's like really we're gonna joke about like their personal. I don't know. It felt a
they do
little.
that about
they never
everybody.
apologize, and they're apologizing. So I almost feel like they felt like they went too far too.
Well, you know, they sent her flowers like that next day.
I saw
Like
the
they
skit though, and you're
apparently
sort of like, I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little rough, but
maybe you think you never
don't even skip the next one because we're gonna put the next one's gonna be hot off
Okay.
the press.
Okay.
no hot seat.
Hot seat. So let's
Yeah.
go to Elizabeth Hurley and Billy Ray
Billy Ray
Cyrus.
Cyrus.
Yeah, that's not true, right? Like that can't be
No,
true.
there's pictures.
Yeah,
there were-
there are pictures of them.
That's bizarre. How did they even meet? Like, does he leave the state of Texas? Like, what?
I don't know. It's bizarre. It's such a
British?
bizarre one. It's such a bizarre one.
Elizabeth
I'm very sorry, but you're going to go from like Hugh Grant to Billy Ray Cyrus. Like, come on.
And isn't he like he's a mess right now? I don't
He
even
is. He's
understand.
got like an addiction.
Actually, talk about somebody who's off the rails.
Allegedly has an addiction.
Allegedly, he also has some serious addiction issues. That is incredibly strange. Incredibly strange.
Very, very bizarre. I don't
Yeah.
get it.
I don't get it at all. I don't get that at all. Bizarre.
Okay, can I have the delight of doing the hot seat?
Yes,
Please.
let's see.
Please. Please. So excited.
Tickled me when I saw it in our notes.
Tickled.
We really do need you for our notes, Cola. Gail King doubling down on the space trip.
Can you even?
Every time she doubles down, I cringe.
Me
It's like-
too.
Well, also, like, you would think the producers at CBS this morning would be like, Gail, shut up about it.
Yeah.
Like, let the news cycle move on. Stop trying to defend this ridiculous, non-scientific money grab for Jeff Bezos. Like,
Right.
what are we talking about?
It's like Katy Perry people think it has like
Unreal.
ruined her career. They were like,
I know.
I'm not
I
kidding.
feel like somebody, like, I feel like her producer should be whispering her and be like, Gail, remember, you're posing as a serious journalist. Let's do everything we can to save face here, girl.
I mean, she should have been like, in that interview where she doubles down, she should have been like, you know what, you guys, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Didn't see it before. I see it now. I get it. Like, instead
Or
of
just like, oh, this was a really interesting thing to do, but you know what? There's so many more important things going on. The timing was really off and it feels a little tone deaf, and I get it.
I get
Yeah,
it.
exactly. I mean,
That's it.
instead she's doubling down every interview. I can't even launch it.
Every interview, she's like, have you been to space? I'm like, no.
Everybody
No,
on TikTok
and my
was,
favorite is
Gal,
all
we
the-
haven't. I
my
can't even buy eggs.
My favorite is all the people on TikTok like imitating her and like, well, have you been to space? It's like, no, gal, I haven't been to space. I can't even afford an airline ticket now. I can't buy eggs. I can't pay my bills. I don't want to go to space. It's like, oh my God.
Have you been to
All of
space?
them. They're all insufferable. And in all honesty, it's literally selling moon tourism. It is a money grab for Jeff Bezos. There's nothing scientific about it. There's no gathering of information or research or
No, it's just hurting the environment.
purely a tourism thing.
It's like,
Crazy.
by the way, bring me back to Europe, put me to an island. I have no desire to go to space. No, thanks. Enjoy.
No.
For 2 minutes, for 2.5
2
minutes.
minutes.
For 2 minutes. And I'm
Oh,
not
yeah,
going to
but
say how I know this connection at all. I'm not going to can't burn my sources, being the serious journalist that I am. But I do know somebody who works at CBS in production and said that before the space flight, Gail was literally begging every single day to get off this ride. Like, for real, was like, I don't want to go. I don't want to talk about it. Is there any way that I could get off? Like, was horrified to go. So this is like a double whammy for Gail.
I mean, the funny thing is when they were all like kissing, ringing the bell, she looked like she was walking to her death march. Like, she was like,
But guys, the whole thing's very fishy.
Oh,
I don't know if they
it's
actually
just
let
a
me
money
go.
grab. It's truly
they
a
went
money grab.
there's lots of conspiracies that they never really went to space.
No, they went up. They
Yeah.
went up. There were people there.
No, the door was open. There's a lot of weird things about it. But
I mean, I
I'm
will
not
say
here to confirm or I don't know the facts. But
Jules.
essentially.
Oh, Jules.
that picture of Katy Perry with the flower not looking out the window in her 2.5 minutes. They were like just floating around with like looks
So
at the
fucking
camera.
Katy Perry. Throw Katy Perry in this too. If I never hear Katy Perry again, it will be too soon. For her to be like, this opened my mind to love. I'm like, this 8-minute journey to space? What's love?
I know you and Jeff Bezos' girlfriend. I mean, like the crew was. I mean,
Oh God! And
next
then
one,
the
Kim
outfits
Kardashian
were
was going nuts.
like custom made and fitted to them, and like had all this.
Fabulous. I will say that. I
They
love
look snatched. I'm like, I would like that outfit.
I would like one of those outfits and I'd like it to suck me in like that.
I really would. I would really like to know who made those outfits because God, I would wear that spacesuit every fucking day. I'd be like, who are you? I'm going to space, but I'm first going to the supermarket with my cinched waist.
I'll be wearing them next time. We'll just be
I
wearing
know.
those.
I'll be like, oh,
Oh my God, that would be so. It'll be a matter of seconds before those are for sale on Amazon, girl. Let's face it.
Kim Kardashian was there because they were like a Spanx product.
It
They're like,
was. It was like a Skims product. It was like it sucked you in.
sorry,
Totally.
it's Skims, not Spanx.
Yeah, she's not Spanx. She's Skims.
Sorry,
Skims.
sorry.
Sorry, too. What's her name? The founder of Spanx, who's a genius.
By the way, you guys, okay, I'm going to say it now. Get all your mocking of me out now. Blah, blah, blah.
You
Get
got
it.
the weighted
You bought the
vest.
vest.
No, it's worse.
Worse than the vest?
It's worse than the vest.
You got the feet thing.
Keep your giggles and your like, I know you're going to come at me. I'm just telling you now, hold it in. I am going to the Katy Perry concert in a few weeks.
Woo hiss.
And I got the ticket before the space thing, but I am going to go and I'm going to enjoy it.
You're not.
Are you?
So
Are
embarrassing.
you? I can't listen to
so
her utter
crazy.
one word now.
I
Very-
have to go to the concert. I bought the tickets and I'm going.
You could sell them.
Yeah, you know you can sell concert tickets.
I enjoy her music.
Well, not now. Now that you can sell them for about $5 because everyone hates her.
Well, that was like the funniest one of the funniest things on TikTok I saw about her in the space flight was that song. You're like, do you ever feel like, it's like, and then show her like floating in the sky. It's like, I was like, this is just too good. It is just too good. I have to say, I mean, not that anybody needs me to shout out TikTok. I've lost years of my life on TikTok already, and I'm new to it. But like some people on there are so funny. It's like just regular Joes and Jills. They are funny, funny, funny.
Yeah.
I love it.
And people are so
Very-
fast. They're so quick to make those videos.
So quick. It's like it
everything
comes
shit.
up in an hour, and it's just hilarious.
All
Anyway,
right,
let's move on.
you want to move into Survivor?
Let's move on to hot takes from Survivor.
Hot takes.
all right.
Chris-
Survivor.
Let's
We're
start with
getting into the. What are we down to? 9 people? 10 people?
Oh, we're doing math? Let's just talk about it.
Oh, Julie, you missed our coverage of Cedric, our dear Cedric, our ER doctor, who is. Don't you worry, Cedric. You're worthy. We see you.
Listen,
You're
he made it to the-
smart.
He's lucky. He made it to the jury.
He's going to be a good juror. He's going to be a very good juror.
He is going to be a good juror.
Yeah.
But
But
he's a
I think-
surgeon. He'll be Cedric will be just fine. He's a surgeon.
Okay, so Chrissy was off, and in my opinion, really did herself in. Like,
She threw
I don't-
herself in. She wasn't wrong, but she should have kept those opinions to herself.
I mean, that's the whole game.
Yeah,
You
that's
tell
the
that to
game.
yourself. I mean,
I mean, now
It's
those
not
guys
like
are becoming a little bullies. I mean, I love Joe, but that whole crew are now like,
It's the game. Like it's not their fault that they happen to be like physical specimens. They can do all the physical challenges, and they all made friends very early on. And they have an alliance. They're going to bring each other to the very end, then they're going to fight each other off. It's like,
you know what? I think Kyle is the secret weapon.
but
there.
for Joe Eva for the win.
No, you know
oh,
why?
there's no way
There's
Joey
no way.
can win. There's
They're
no way,
not.
Mary. People are going to absolutely split them up. There's
They're
no
gonna split
way.
them up, and
But
people have
she's
to
now
do-
got so many things. Like she's got now she has her idol. Then she just won something the last time. We don't even know what it is. Like that's the way the
Yeah,
last.
what is the advantage that she has now that she got in her
She doesn't
fries?
know
or the
yet.
taco
There's
or
a secret-
nacho
No, we'll find out next
She
week.
doesn't know. There's a second part to it.
Okay,
that she has
okay.
to find on the other side of the island. I hate those. You know what I mean? Wouldn't you be so bummed if you got that? Then you have to go in the middle of the night to find the part two.
It also doesn't seem safe.
Oh, well, A Survivor safe?
I mean, obviously, I know she's with a camera. We'll have the night vision goggles on,
Right.
but it's
Oh,
like
yeah. I mean, nothing's happening to them.
they keep the creepy crawlies at night. No thanks. It's like snakes and no
It's not
way.
that no one's getting bitten by things left and right.
Oh yeah, they're getting bitten. Oh yeah, they
I
are.
mean, they're real stuff, like an alligator or something. You know what I mean? Like they're in like.
I
the
don't
middle
think
of
there's
nowhere.
alligators there.
Well, there has to be wildlife.
There's wildlife, but just not alligator. Alligators live in like swamps. I mean,
Sure, it's Survivor.
There's water.
They have somebody keeping all those predators away.
You can't keep
Yeah.
all those predators away. They live there.
what was the story last year of like or last season when the mother and daughter were on like some trip and they showed up at the like they showed up at the hotel or like they send them once they're voted off and they're like, wait, we're on Survivor. Like the whole thing was like set up for the show.
They
walked
stumbled
on the
upon
set.
the camp. They were
Yeah.
like,
I was like, can you imagine? I would be thrilled.
Yeah,
I would be
like-
absolutely thrilled.
"Where's it going?"
I know. And also Boston Rob's gonna be back for season 50. So
So
is it gonna be all stars?
It's all stars.
all stars, yeah.
I have to tell you something. They really should put they should bring what's his name back. Oh my god. Ugh. Here we go. Senior moment.
Dog.
Wrote the White Lotus.
Mike White.
Yeah. I
He
don't think
can't
he'll
do
do it because he'll be like in production or
No,
pre-production,
he can't.
but like
It's too
it
long.
would be good to have him back.
Yeah.
How about I would love for them to bring back, okay, now I'm gonna have the moment, but the guy who got voted out last time first, that we were so disappointed.
Oh,
John Lovett from
Yes.
John Lovett from
Wait, chance
Pod
with
Save.
I don't think he'll be on All Stars because he's not an All Star.
No, it's gonna
But
be
he'll
it's
be-
gonna be
but
like
they'll-
all the
they'll get him back.
winners and yeah.
I think he will get invited back for something else, but I don't think they'll put him on the All
We
Stars.
really missed seeing any of him.
Oh,
It's such
we
a bummer.
literally saw nothing. It's like it was one sentence. It's like, yeah, I'm a podcaster. I'm gay. I live in LA. I was like, bye bye. Like that's it.
he's
That
so-
is
I
it.
love him.
And
It's-
also, last season had like 3 podcasters. It's very weird. Did you ever notice that sometimes there's like duplicate? Like in this group, Joe and Chrissy were both fire chiefs.
And they
Yeah,
they
that's
didn't get
true.
along. Did you notice that? They never
They
really
did not get along.
No, I thought they
Chrissy-
were going to.
Chrissy overplayed her hand. That was an argument to make when you get to the end and you're one of the 3 left and you make that argument to the jury and you're saying they were an alliance. They were so strong. They made it really difficult for everybody and I made it through. Like she
Or you
definitely,
or you do it secretly, like you said. You pull the other people aside and be like,
well,
since
she
you-
was doing it. She was doing it. She was pulling people aside at camp before the vote. She was. I felt like Eva said absolutely nothing at this camp, it's not campfire, but whatever.
Well,
Yeah,
she's in
she did
alliance with the
spot.
guys. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
she's very
Yeah.
much with the
And
guys.
I cannot get over the clothing items that pop up for the tribal council. Can't get over it. Like, what are they handing these to them? It's production handing.
It's feeling a little fishy, isn't it? Like they have like new clothes every tribal
It's
council.
every tribal council. It's a new shirt. It's a new
And
thing.
don't they
It's
look-
not.
I know they're not allowed to, but doesn't it look like they shower? They all look.
I wrote in my notes. I think they're prepping them up a little bit for tribal. They're just
Why
a
would
clean.
That's so like against.
I saw so many things where people were saying they absolutely don't. Like I saw behind the scenes where they're
No,
like,
I don't know if they're
absolutely
showering, but they
don't
look
do
like so clean. Their hair's brushed. Like something's going on.
The Dirty Sue last time. I think
It was-
since then people are trying to really like not be so
How
dirty.
about that mud challenge? I'm like,
And
there's
how do you get that mud and sand off? Like
Yeah,
ever?
I mean,
You
ever. I mean,
sand in every crevice.
Every
You go face first into the sand. It's like-
Okay, and by the way, I will say this: when I saw Mitch and Star in the challenge together, my heart, I was like, please let them win. Please
no,
let them win.
no.
a love Star. She's such
I
a good
love
person.
Star.
Star for me is a revelation. And I'm telling you, we said it last week, Jules. Star's speech, her pick me up speech to Cedric was unrivaled, I think, in Survivor history. It was like, Star, you are a star.
She's a
She was
good
like,
person.
Don't let anybody tell you who you are and what you can do. We know who you are. You're smart. You're capable. Like it was, and his tears, big fat tears, were rolling down his cheeks.
And let
She's
me tell you
good.
something about
Don't
Star.
count her out. She's
No
good.
one's talking about her. So she's gonna. That's
She
a good
was flying. She's flying under the radar, I think. And
Yeah.
Mitch is. I think Mitch is a little bit under the radar for the moment.
I don't think
too.
Mitch is. I think Mitch is really good. He's
Well,
good at the
apparently
challenges.
The
He's good at
previews
his
for next
social
week, they get in a big fight. The guy who's the
Who gets in a big fight? Joe and Dave.
the stunt guy, Dave, he goes crazy.
Yeah, he gets.
He goes
I
crazy.
don't love Dave. I
I
don't
don't
love
like
Dave.
Dave either. I think he's
I liked
too
him in the beginning. I don't like him anymore.
I think he's too mercenary. I mean, Dave is 38 years old. He is a stunt person, and he's living in a trailer parked in his parents' driveway.
So
And
pathetic.
he has a girlfriend that will not date him because he doesn't have the ability to earn money. He is so desperate for this $1 million. There's no way he makes it to the end.
I don't even want him to. I want to say to him like, you don't deserve the money.
Yeah,
Go make some.
exactly. Okay,
I'm
wait.
gonna
Go
change
ahead.
the topic. If you haven't eaten in days and you're starving, then they give you tacos. Don't you
Doesn't
think
go
your
well.
stomachs were
No,
gr-
everybody says that. They said no matter
They
what they
must have
give
had
them,
massive diarrhea.
everybody said that no matter what they give them, you're like shitting for days. Like you're,
They had to have been. I'm like, tacos, and then Eva's face was like covered in tacos.
yeah, the way she was eating that taco was really odd. That was odd. I had that note too. I was
She
like,
was
why isn't anybody
starving.
telling her to wipe her face?
So they were all guys. They don't care.
They don't care, and also like they're starving,
Yeah.
so they're only interested in getting the food down.
But then I was thinking tacos. That's the worst thing you can eat.
Everybody said whatever they give them. They said the auction meal is the same thing. Like the people who pick like cookies and milk, they're like, you're so sick. You're so sick from it, like full on diarrhea.
Great. That's
Should
I
great.
mean,
Should we move on to
honestly.
cupcakes for Summer House?
Survivor is like my dream diet.
Yeah.
You can't eat anything, and like you're stuck on an island. Everybody comes back.
Like, look at her. She looks great. It's week 2.
I know. Survivor is the new GLP-1. I'm like, you know what I need to do? I need to get myself on Survivor. That's how I'm gonna lose these 10 pounds.
I'm
I
like,
need to get
please,
on Survivor.
I'll buy 5 more pounds, please.
Because I'd be voted off like day one.
No, but seriously, it is kind of like the Cedric, like Marion, you and I were talking about. I was like, what made Cedric like sitting on his couch when Chef Prost at the commercial break is like, have you ever wanted to be on Survivor? Apply today. Like, what is it? And Cedric's brain was like, that's for me. It's like the guy literally couldn't. He would walk in and bow out. Like he's like, I can't do this. I'm like, you do know you signed up for Survivor.
He actually made it he made it farther than he should have. He made it to the jury.
Yeah, true.
Sure.
All right.
That's far.
That's so true.
Okay,
So
let's-
true.
Summer House.
Summer
Well,
House.
we're going from like disgusting diarrhea from tacos to disgusting Jesse Solomon and the toe gate.
Okay.
To
Togeat and Torres.
diarrhea and tacos. I mean, that is the Toge thing is pretty gnarly.
But what about
this is the hill that Jesse Solomon's going to die on, is like having some rando. And I do mean rando that Emerald brought home stuck his toe. Like this is bizarre.
Bizarre. I'm sorry. Emerald's kind of gross.
I agree with the girls.
I
But
agree.
so the girls are getting annoyed with him. I was like thinking about it. It's like he's not like bonding with them, and you kind of have to kiss the girl's ass to get in with them. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what, I don't know if it was, Ciara did a better job. Paige wasn't as articulate. Like she kind of gave him a dig, but it was just a dig. And then she walked out of the kitchen. It's like she didn't really want to get into a conflict. Ciara gave it to him, like handed him his ass, which I loved.
Yeah.
And she said that when she was walking away. She was like, you kind of like need to get to know us. Like
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
every weekend.
I mean, the viewers don't even know him. All we see is him with like, it's true. Every single time it's like, he goes into the bedroom, he covers the camera.
No, and then the Chiron, the producers are keeping track. So it's like girl number 5, girl number 6. It's like,
Well, number 7 and 8.
Okay, but he's an adult. I mean, can't he like screw whoever he wants?
he can, and that's the other argument. And that is, but
It's
that
a
is the
summer.
argument.
It's a summer. Can't he like fuck anybody? You know what I mean? Like just go crazy.
That's what other people are saying. They're like, he's in a Hampton share and he's out there every other weekend. Like, can't the guy have a great time? Like, he's hot. He's
But what
part of the.
keep that not on a reality TV show because
Well, also, I think the girl's point was fair. Like, go to their house sometimes. Like, why is it always here? Like, we're in a weird situation. We have like film crew here, production. Like, we're on a show we've been on for 15 years. Like,
But also, you guys, like, do you know him at all besides that storyline?
no, and I think there's a lot to know
We
about
told
him.
that
It's a
story-
bummer.
Yeah.
I mean, he started to tell his story. He was, he wanted to like trauma bomb with them a little bit, to win them over, but I don't think it worked out for him.
Yeah, and then we've got Kyle rolling
5:30 in the morning.
Over.
5:30.
What? Would you stay married to this man for 5
If
seconds?
Stephen came home at 5:30 in the
even
morning,
imagine
I
what-
would be
You know what? I
feeling
was
it.
watching an old episode. It just happened to come on, and I started watching this old episode when they were engaged, and I really was like looking for what did she see in him?
There's
They
nothing.
had a rough engagement period and people thought they were going to break up.
I mean, there's nothing appealing, and she's fabulous.
Yeah.
Guys, nothing good happens at 5:30 in the morning. I mean, you're doing
No.
something. I mean,
No.
5:30 in the morning is a full day.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
And she was getting up early to make Lindsay's whole birthday breakfast. It's like, you asshole. Like, what are you doing?
I know. I
And
know.
does she not get mad? I mean, I don't get that.
I don't know if she gets mad. She actually wasn't acting mad. She was just like teasing him that morning. She
So
wasn't acting mad.
He did wrong. He knows what he did wrong. But you know what? What she could do so much better. Why is she, even when she's behind him in the DJ booth and he's like acting all cool and he's such a loser and she's like dancing behind
And
him.
he's not
like,
28. He's in his 40s now. DJing now?
I know.
Yeah.
Are you
I
kidding
know.
me?
I know. These guys, somebody, it's like, what has happened? It's like Bravo turns them into like the Peter Pan complex. They think they can like live forever and be young and like, and also like, what is going on? Like, what's going on in the bar at 3 a.m.? People are hooking up because they're so drunk. You're married, Kyle. Like, what are you doing?
I know.
And
And now we have a pregnant woman in the bar. I mean, like seriously, it's like I think they've outgrown the show.
A lot of them have. That's
And
the problem. But they're trying to bring on, they're trying to like bridge the gap and they can't. Like, it,
Well,
like,
Paige,
well, they did actually, they did successfully with Jesse and West. Like, I do think those are good cast members. I enjoy watching them. I am all down with the criticism of them. I can tell you everything that's wrong with them, but I enjoy watching them. They're fun.
But did you see the article I sent you today on Paige where she was
Yeah.
like, I'm a little too old for this show
She
now.
is. She
Yeah.
is.
I have to say, Paige is not exactly. I mean, we all like Paige to watch her. You know, Gig We Squad, the whole thing. She has a lot of fans, but she's really not that much fun in the house. She never goes
No.
out. She's always in bed. I mean, she's a bummer.
She's a
No.
bum. She's a total.
No.
I mean, that
She's
would bum me
never-
out. That was my friend.
She's
who never wanted to
older.
go.
She's also older. When we were like
She's not that old. She's 32.
Yeah, she's not that old.
how old were you guys when you had your first babies?
You were much younger.
33.
Right. You were pregnant. You were in bed too at 32. We were too, is my point. Like at 32, it's normal.
She have kids, and she's not married.
I know, but you're at a point in your life, it's a little different. I think 32 is like a turning point.
I just think they're having a hard time filling in, like to try to keep the consistency because some of them are single and to kind of keep the show, but find like younger people. Like for me, Lexi was an epic fail. And it has nothing to do with the Jesse thing. And I actually, as we said last time, Mare, I feel badly for Lexi. I feel like he did her dirty. I feel like she is going to rake his ass over the coals at the reunion. And I cannot wait for it.
Yeah.
I'm there for it.
But she's not funny. But she's not funny.
She's not a good
great
cast member.
personality.
She's not a good cast. She's not. She doesn't have
Yeah.
charisma. I can't explain it.
Yeah.
Something I like Sierra, but I think what Sierra and Jesse are doing is,
Ciara.
I think it's cruel. They're all over each other in front of her. It's just mean. It's like,
They're all over each other everywhere. They were all over each other last week at Coachella. Like they're
But it's
all
just-
over each other.
but it's just mean
bizarre.
to read out to her in the house. It's just,
I agree with you. By the way, are you correcting our pronunciation of her name?
Yes, I'll tell you why. Because it consistently comes up as Sierra, like Sierra Leone, Sierra. Her name is Ciara.
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 I said Sierra.
Nope, you never say Ciara. You say Sierra. And
Sierra,
so does Mary.
Sierra. Sierra.
I do say Sierra. I do
It's
say Sierra.
Ciara.
Sierra.
Okay. All right.
I happen to, I like Sierra, but I don't like that Jesse and her are doing that.
Like, but then there were some really funny moments in this episode too. Like they're funny. Like it isn't like it is enjoyable to watch. There's something like it's summer. Like I love.
How about his
you know
Shabbat
what else
dinner?
I liked? I love seeing them in the city. If they started to do more of that,
Yeah, that's true.
it would be better.
But the show's called Summer House.
I know, but you see them in the city during the week. Like that was good. I like that girls' dinner. I thought that was funny.
That was fun. Okay. I'm looking at the time
Okay,
and we do have a great wrap up story today. So I want to make sure we have time for that.
And we haven't even done Beverly Hills.
Well, we did touch on Garcelle. We did. We
Yeah,
touched
and
on
that's
it.
all there's really to talk about.
We already touched on it.
That's true.
We're upset. We're upset for Garcelle.
Oh, except for this should have made it to hot off the press. Except for who they're talking to come in next season. No thanks.
Debbie
Debbie
and
Matenopoulos
Oh,
from The View.
the worst.
no
From
one's gonna watch it.
20 years ago, first of all, The View.
No, no.
That's terrible casting. Like,
I don't know
we're
who's.
in Beverly Hills. I just don't get this, guys. We're in Beverly Hills. We're in New York. We can't come up with anybody else.
I know. It's terrible.
Anyway,
By the way, I'm going to scream for the rooftops that Hot Women Wanted are Team Garcelle all the way.
we are.
Team
We
Garcelle.
are. We are.
Always have been, always will be.
Yes.
Always have been, always will be. We will
At
miss
heart.
her. We will miss her commentary. She keeps it right. She keeps it tight.
She
I
keeps
love it.
people. I love her. Yeah.
And you know what? It really galls me that like somebody like Erica, who had really like the shittiest season, we're watching her decorate a rental, like only because she got a little bit hot on the couch at the reunion. Now suddenly
Guys,
everyone's talking about Erica.
They should have started those cameras rolling the second the new charges came up against
Yeah.
her.
I mean,
Yeah,
she
they should have.
there was
I hope
nothing
they did.
that I do want to say one thing, and I am Team Garcelle, and then I'm ready to move on. I just feel like she could have defended herself, not defend
No,
herself.
I watched it late, so I watched it after knowing everything, and you could see she turned off. It was like Sutton didn't have her back. They were coming after her. Everyone was being so cruel, and it was just, and nobody had her back. And she was kind of like, what the fuck am I doing here?
Well, listen, when they went around and Sutton was like, what, your thorn or rose or what you're looking most forward to. And Sutton said, I'm really
Erica.
looking forward to building my relationship with Erica.
Because she
Erica
just put Garcelle down, calling her boring and uninteresting.
called her boring and was giving her shit from the beginning. It's like,
I think that did it.
Sutton,
I think that sealed the deal.
Sutton is like, there's a screw loose with Sutton, right? Like there's something.
Yes. Yes.
It's like,
Yes. There's something really missing there.
I was following Sutton. I unfollowed her because I'm like, I don't need to follow you anymore.
Yeah.
Like, this is
Yeah.
you're not who I thought you were.
all right. Well, listen, I'm just going to say very quickly before closing hot take, which I can't wait to get to. The Valley has started, everybody. So sticking with Bravo, we had one episode. We got to have a little bit more to talk about, although it was a juicy episode 1. Welcome back, The Valley. They are the Mess Express. And I just want to say thank God for this show, because you know what it is? It's men behaving badly. It's toxic masculinity, and I am here for it, because all the housewife shows are about women. I'm here for it. These guys suck, and I cannot wait to watch every second of it.
All right. We're all in.
By the way, TikTok fans, she's the bitter one.
No, I'm like
Bitter. Not me.
not bitter, but it's
All right,
entertaining.
we're close to time. I'm going to do a quick closing hot take.
Okay.
So, this is brain fog take 5 or 6 for me. So I'm on my trip last week, and we were going from Lisbon to Porto. Took a train. We all had our carry-ons. I was very proud to have a carry-on. Like the 3 of us had our carry-ons, and we get to the hotel, and we're checking in. I wanted to ask the concierge a couple of questions. So like I dive into like our dinners and have her rearranging a couple of things, and I wanted to make sure like, oh, we might do this and that. And I'm with her for a good 20, 25 minutes. And Steven's like, we got to get our day on. And she's like, well, your room's not ready, but we'll hold your bags. I'm like, okay. And Steven starts counting the bags. He's like, well, where's your bag? I'm like, what? He's like, where's your bag? I'm like, what do you mean? It's with you. And he's like, no, your bag's not here. I'm like, what do you mean like that?
Oh my God. I'm not laughing for you.
Wait,
What?
you left it on the train?
No, I left it outside the hotel. I never brought it in.
You never rolled it in?
Never rolled it
Was
in.
it still there?
Sitting by itself. Only because you're in Portugal, not in New York City. It was sitting by itself. Just by itself.
Hold off with your bag.
My brand new suitcase, just sitting there by itself. Steven was fuming. He's like, how do you leave your suitcase unattended? I'm like, I thought you had it. He's like, why would I have it? It's carry-on. I'm like, why have the bag?
Oh my God. Yeah, I love it. Brain fog
Total
episode
brain
12.
fog. 25 minutes, a good 25 minutes by itself, sitting outside the hotel.
And you're so right. Only because you were in like quaint little Porto. It's still sitting there like a little forgotten child.
Steven's like, you're very lucky
This
to
is
be in New
somebody
York
would come
City.
right along and sweat that right up.
All my clothes in the whole world shoved in there.
Honestly.
It's a great new backpack on top. I love it.
Julie's back. No, your backpack.
Honestly, that would have been my backpack. then that story would have taken a real hard turn. I got to tell you, I was suffering without my backpack because I did carry on this weekend too for Denver, and I was like shoving everything into an old school backpack. Tom was like, "Don't you have something else?" He's like, "Where'd you even get that backpack?" I was like, "Who has my backpack? I've got to make this work."
You do need it. It's like a second suitcase.
It is. That one especially. It is fantastic for that kind of travel. Mary, you should have it for some of your big trips. It is so great.
I looked it up. Well, it was telling me about it. I looked it up. I have the Lulu bag that's just like that. I mean, it's got
Okay.
a million pockets in the front. It's very deep.
I love this. We all have it. Me and the girls, we all have it.
All right, girls.
We look like the Swiss Family Robinson when we're going away. We look like
I
we're in
think-
The Sound of Music. The three of us with our backpacks. Todd's like, I gotta get a shot of this because you guys look like idiots.
All right, hotties, we are at time.
All right, we are.
I'm so
Welcome
happy to be
back,
back.
Paula. Good to be back. All right, guys, we got a lot of viewing, and there's some great prestige TV also starting. So
And we'll
we'll
look
have
for
lots
us
to
on,
talk
we'll get you
about.
back on social. Look for us on TikTok, Instagram, and wherever you listen to your favorite podcast.
Yes.
Bye,
Bye,
hotties.
hotties. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.